You watched a movie a few weeks ago, and at some point, tears started running down your face. Nothing in your actual life had changed. No one was hurt. Nothing threatened you. You were just sitting on a couch, leaking salt water because a fictional character said something sad. And here's the part that should stop you for a second. As far as scientists can tell, you're the only species on the planet that does this. Elephants mourn their dead. Dogs whine and grieve. But tears that fall specifically because of a feeling, not pain or injury, appear to be uniquely human. And for most of the last century, nobody could really explain why. Section 1. 3 types of tears. Your eyes actually produce 3 different kinds of tears, and only one has anything to do with emotion. Basal tears constantly protect your eyes from drying out. Reflex tears show up when something irritates them directly, like cutting an onion. And emotional tears only appear in response to feeling something. And in 1981, biochemist William Fry had subjects cry twice, once from onions, once from a sad film, then analyzed both samples. Emotional tears contained roughly 24% more protein, along with elevated stress hormone ACTH and a natural painkiller called leucinenkephalin. Your body treats sadness and onions completely differently, right down to the molecule. Section 2. Why this shouldn't exist. Here's the real puzzle. Nearly every human behavior that survived hundreds of thousands of years of evolution did so because it helped someone stay alive or reproduce. Emotional crying doesn't obviously do either. It doesn't fight off a predator. It doesn't heal a wound. If anything, it works against you because tears blur your vision at exactly the moment you might need to see clearly. That should have been selected out of us a long time ago. Instead, it's still here in every single person on Earth. So something about it must have been worth the cost. Section 3. The signal theory. In 2009, evolutionary biologist Oren Hassan at Tel Aviv University proposed an answer that reframed the whole question. Crying isn't really about you. It's a signal aimed at everyone around you. Tears are visible, nearly impossible to fake convincingly, and they come with a real cost: blurred vision, reduced ability to defend yourself. That cost is exactly what makes the signal trustworthy. A costly, hard-to-fake display of vulnerability tells people something words alone can't prove: I'm not a threat, and I genuinely need help. In a small, early human group, being able to broadcast real distress instantly without needing the right words could mean the difference between getting support and getting left behind. There's evidence this actually works. Researchers showed people photos of crying faces, then the same faces with tears digitally removed. The versions with visible tears were consistently rated as sadder and more in need of comfort, even though the expression underneath never changed. The tears alone were doing the communicating. Section 4. Babies and the origin. This lines up with something that happens before any of us can speak. A newborn can't say I'm hungry or something's wrong. Crying is the entire system, and it's remarkably effective. Specific pitch patterns in infant crying reliably trigger caregiving responses in adults within seconds, even in adults with no connection to that baby. Some researchers now argue adult emotional crying never really became a new behavior. It's the same ancient signal, just layered over decades with rules about when it's acceptable to use. Closing, make a callback. So back to that moment on the couch, crying at a movie that couldn't actually hurt you, you weren't malfunctioning. Your eyes were producing a specific protein-rich fluid your body reserves only for real emotional weight, running a signal system that likely predates language itself. The same system a crying infant uses to summon help before they know a single word. Every other species facing a hard moment fights, freezes, or runs. Humans do that too, but we're also the only ones who evolved a way to say, I need you, without saying anything at all.